Prism is nothing but an optical medium having two triangular faces and three rectangular faces. Okay, it is an optical device or optical medium having two triangular faces. Two triangular faces will be having here and three rectangular faces. Such a device, optical device, we call it as a prism. So, dispersion of light by the prism. When a ray of light or a ray of white light, it will be better to say a ray of white light enters through the prism, it splits into 7 colors. This phenomena of splitting of the light into its component colors, it is known as dispersion of light, and this pattern of the colored components obtained or it is produced due to dispersion of light is called spectrum. Okay, what is the cause for dispersion? Dispersion takes place because of the refractive indices. Different colors here which are produced, they will be having different wavelengths. For a given pair of media, they will be having different wavelengths because of the refractive index of the medium is different. For different wavelengths, the dispersion occurs in case of the light here. Okay, so when the white light undergoes dispersion through a suitable dispersive medium means it is nothing but a medium which brings about dispersion. Such devices we call it as dispersive medium, and the medium which does not bring about dispersion is called as non-dispersive medium. Okay, so prism is a dispersive medium. The colors obtained on the spectrum are from violet to red. These are represented as V, I, B, G, Y, O, R. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Okay, in these colors the red color bends the least, while the violet color bends the most, because the wavelength of red is highest as compared to the wavelength of the violet color. Okay, there are some natural phenomena which occurs due to sunlight. Out of those, the first one is scattering of light. As the sunlight travels from the sky to enters into the Earth's atmosphere, it gets scattered by the atmospheric particles. It is called as scattering of light. Okay, this scattering of light, in case of the Rayleigh scattering is also one of the natural phenomena. In case of Rayleigh scattering, the intensity of the light is inversely proportional to fourth power of the wavelength. Okay, intensity of the scattered light here, the intensity of the scattered light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the wavelength. Coming to the blue color of the sky, why the sky appears blue? It is also due to the Rayleigh's scattering of sunlight by the Earth's atmosphere. Since we already know that I is inversely proportional to fourth power of the wavelength, the shorter wavelength of the scattered light, that is shorter wavelength means for example the violet color scatters more than the blue color, but still our eyes are sensitive to the blue color than the violet. So this is the reason why we see the sky appears blue in color. Okay, next, the last one is the reddish appearance of sun at sunrise and sunset. At sunrise and at the sunset, the rays have to pass through the larger distances. Since I is inversely proportional to fourth power of its wavelength, most of the blue and other shorter wavelengths are removed by the scattering. That is, the least scattered red and orange, the red and orange colored lights, they reach our eyes. This is the reason why the sky appears, or the reddish appearance of the sun. The sun appears reddish at sunrise and the sunset, and these are the some natural phenomena which are caused due to the sunlight. The scattering of light, blue color of the sky, reddish appearance of the sun at sunrise and the sunset, and also the intensity is inversely proportional to intensity of the scattered light. It is inversely proportional to fourth power of the wavelength. Okay, you have to remember this expression. You may be getting any of the problems on this expression, or in CET you will be asked as the intensity of the scattered light increases, what happens to the wavelength of the light, means how the wavelength varies with respect to intensity. Either it decreases or increases, or it remains constant, or it is zero. Okay, these will be the four options you will be given. We have to choose any one of these. Okay, this is all about the natural phenomena due to sunlight.